go. Oh, that's the wrong thing. All right, let's see what we can get up to today. We're back in RedM. Back at the Winchester Inn server. Take a peek-a-rooney and see around. I was on a bit earlier. I ended up falling asleep though because I worked last night, so I was already exhausted. I fell asleep in our general store here because, you know, why not? Why not sleep in the general store, right? Let's see. Yep, same old armadillo. Always seems to be quiet and empty. And Krieger's on. I suppose we run into who we run into. I could go do some mining or farming. Honestly, should probably do some farming. And go check and see what was done today, if anything. Our home is up here at the fork. Rathskeller Fork. It's just a nice little corner, kind of to ourselves. It's nice up there. It's very, very nice. I was going the wrong way. I thought I was going the right way. Darn it. See, one of these days I'll learn. I always go the wrong way in Armadillo. And I will say this little ranch here, this has been placed in here. This is actually President Sleever's ranch. It is in a really, really good place. Personally, I like it. Because everyone has to come through. And if he's on, it's like an opportune chance for him to talk with like all different players. As the president, that's super, super good for him. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been sleeping. I just woke up not too long ago. So when people come through, when he's on, if he's feeling social, he could just come to his ranch and do a few chores and talk to people who have to go through. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's just good placement. It's a good thought. And I don't know if they chose to put it there or not, or how that went down, but it was a good idea. I dig. It's bueno, you know? It's bueno. They added locals. Okay, so when we first came into the server, there were no locals, and they added them in. So now that they've added them in, it's like every now and then I get startled by a local just kind of coming by saying, "Oh, that's a nice horse," because sometimes they just kind of pop up on you because of desynced and everything like that, or B, because I'm just not paying attention. I mean, it's one of those two things every single time. But yeah. Now we're doing a little bit of RedM, but I actually bought Dead by Daylight, and I would like to try playing it. I've never played it before, though. So, and I was hoping I'd get to play with some friends, but, you know, everyone kind of is streamed out right now because they did a 24-hour stream. I mean, I went to bed. I had to. It's not it. Well, I was tired, but I'd had a good night and everything, but it was still an exhausting night. It's like if I hadn't had to work, I probably could have hung in there for the rest of the 24-hour stream. But personally, I just was like, you know what? It's just better for me to go sleepy. So I went sleepy. Maybe someday I'll play my own 24-hour stream, but it's not necessary right now for my viewership. It's just not. In the home with the goats, and not greatest of all time. I mean, actual goats who will knock you down and everything. Sippy, 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 sippy. That's a good stretch. So, I'm still waking up. I haven't like ate or anything like that. I need to get some caffeine in me, maybe. I haven't decided. We'll get there. I just wanted to get in and do some chill chores before I commit to anything tonight, like scary games or anything like that. So I watched Zitoro play excuse me, play Dead by Daylight earlier today and like yesterday and the day before. It looks like it definitely looks like a lot of fun. A lot of people have mentioned that it's a good game, but it's good like to play with friends. So, but I think that that's true of most games. Is that most games are fun to play with friends. You know. There we go. I wanted to get that marker going. Could have just opened my map and gotten rid of it, but who wants to do that? Last restart was a few hours ago. It was at 7. Okay, let's get rid of my horse here. Let's do some chores. I just like having the chores like slightly started, even like just a little bit. Oh, you know, we never checked for notes. Always check for notes. Because again, it's an RP server, so every now and then I get surprised with a little note here and there. We have been before. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time, I'm sure. I leave little notes every now and then for Anise up here. If he's coming in, or if I know he's coming in, but like, and he hasn't been playing as much lately. He's been playing Kerbal Spacer, whatever, Kerbal, I don't know what they're called. They look like Urkin from Invader Zim, and I was looking at them earlier, and I posted a picture, and he's like, oh yeah, I guess they do if they were evil. I was like, how do you know they're not evil? You don't know that they're not evil. And he insists that they are peaceful. I was like, well, I don't know. Everyone has the potential to be evil. But they look like little Urkin people, absolutely. And then a lot of it's like building ships and stuff like that, and just too smart for me, you know. I don't play games to necessarily think that much. About the most I'll think about is like puzzle games, like figuring out things in oh, it's a chicken butt. And like what's it called? Like Little Nightmares and stuff like that. Yeah. That's my level of does puzzle games, you know? Or like Wordscapes. Which reminds me, I wanted to re-download Wordscapes. I purposely stopped playing Wordscapes, and this is going to be a sad story, but it's a necessary story, so hear me out. I stopped playing Wordscapes because when COVID first hit, I had a patient who would always play Wordscapes with me. That's actually how we met. She was playing, and I actually happened to play a lot on my free time. And I noticed she was struggling to find a word, and I had gotten used to a lot of the 3-letter words, and it was of course a 3-letter word, so I told her what it was, and it was correct, and so it beat her level. And after that, every day that I would come in, she'd wait by my cart with her iPad, and she'd have Wordscapes open, and she'd be stuck on something, or she'd want to work together on a level together. And this was, again, pre-COVID, so like the workload was different, the patient kind was different. It was just overall, everything was different. And so I was a new hire. Now, I didn't need much training because I'd already done the work I was doing. So I always had a little bit of free time because they always scheduled me like downtime to look at the program that we used for charting and stuff like that to see if I needed any help with anything. And I didn't. I'd used the same program at other facilities before, so I was pretty okay with it. So she would wait for me, and we would basically just play that together for like, 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how much time I had available to myself. And this was like a daily thing. Now, and it was if she needed help or if she didn't have something going on. Because at the time, the place was hopping. Like, there was always activities to do. There were always people coming in to sing to the patients and stuff like that. There was bingo. There was all sorts of stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to find my cleaning cloth for my glasses because I can't see. Anyway. So, that was kind of our thing. I would come in, and while I was set up for my big med pass later on in the night, and then, just to pass the few meds that were scheduled at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, she'd sit next to my cart, and we'd play Wordscapes together. She was really good. She rarely needed my help. She mostly just wanted the company, just someone to talk to when her friends weren't available, like if they were taking naps or whatever. She was kind of like a livelier lady, a younger lady, and, it just made more sense. She was always up anyway. And when COVID hit, She was one of the few who I felt the loss of. Like, I mean, I felt the loss of everyone, let's be real. But her in particular was pretty hard because I told her everything would be okay. And in her case, it wasn't. So I feel like I lied to her. I let her down. She was afraid of getting COVID, and I assured her that there was no positive people in the building and things like that. But you can never say that 110% because there was no testing for it at the time. And I know, like, logically that's not my fault or anything like that. And I didn't say it to be malicious or to mislead her. I meant it as a calming thing. But, like, in the back of your mind, as a nurse or as a person in general, you feel like you lied to them, like, every single time. But after she passed away, and I didn't have... I realized every time I walked into the building she wasn't going to be there waiting by my car to play Wordscapes. I stopped playing altogether. I stopped playing on my free time and everything. And I have played a lot on my free time. There's a few games that I have an embarrassingly long amount of hours in. Red Dead Online is one of them. Conan Exiles is another one of them. And then Wordscapes is one of them. I think GTA, though, has gotten up there. GTA RP sites. I definitely have an embarrassingly long amount of hours in those games, too. But, yeah, that is the story as to why I don't play Wordscapes. It's like not out, like I've gotten a new phone, 2 new phones since then, and neither phone has had it on there. My new iPad doesn't have it on there. My old one does, but my new one doesn't. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play again. Just, in memory. I think she would enjoy it. And I know a lot of people say it's phooey and everything like that when I say things like, they never truly leave you, because they don't. I don't believe that they do. I get made fun of a lot for that. I'm like, but you don't understand. Wait, since when is the raking over here? It is absolutely... Oh, this is... Uh-oh, something broken. It's not supposed to be over here. The raking is supposed to be over here. I wonder if because the guy who set up the ranch was in earlier, I wonder if when he was in, he changed locations. Because, see, they keep putting the ranching over here. But this is where, not the ranching. Did I select the wrong chore? Let me see. If it's the poos, then... Okay, yeah, it must have been shoveling that I hit. I thought I hit raking, though. I could have swore I hit raking. And maybe it scrolled down. I'll take a look when I go in there. As long as the chores are getting done, I guess it's fine. But yeah, that's my story as to why I don't play Wordscapes anymore, but it's also the story as to why I should start playing again. Because I actually like silly games like that. Like just little word search games. I love word search games or word guessing games. They're pretty good. I hate crossword puzzles, though. It's like, forget crossword puzzles. I watch other people play crossword puzzles, and it seems like one of the easiest things in the world, but then when I sit down to do... It must have just jumped down. Okay, yeah, it jumped down when I went to select it. But when I go to do crossword puzzles, like, I go full on stupid, and I can't think of, like, any of the words. It's different, to say the least. I love watching other people do certain things, though. Like, I like, at times, watching other people play games. Like, that's why I like streamers. Because when I stream, it's just literally for funsies and then for people to talk to if they want to talk, sort of thing. Clickety, clickety. I'm so slow at these mini games, and I can usually get them at least 10. Oops. But, I don't do anything too much more past that. Alright. Well, I guess I was wrong. I didn't realize I had clicked to the other drawer. I really didn't think I did. Well, it's okay, because they don't have to get that anyway, but that just was a little bit weird. Come on. There's the hay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There it is. I need 3 more. 8, 9, 10. Oh, see, I'm doing really good on this one. I may switch over to art later. I haven't really decided. Sorry, I got... a couple DMs. Get chores done, and then I might go exploring, see if I can run into anyone. There's a few people on who are very sociable, very nice people. Seamus O'Lear, I've had some interaction with him. He actually plays piano music and stuff like that. Oh, so many poos. And just overall nice guy to talk to. Yeah, no one from my cruise. I don't expect to see them. I don't expect to see them until maybe tomorrow afternoon, because they were up super late doing the 24-hour stream. So I know they're tired, and they earn their sleep, you know. And then other people are like at work and stuff like that, or sleeping because they have to go to work, and you know, I'm not gonna obviously bother. I hate it when I do that. Ugh. I'm not gonna bother them. I had a sandwich before I went to bed, and there are still crumbs on my desk, and they're driving me up the wall, so I need to, once I finish with this, clear those off my desk. Here we go. There we go. I did really good with that one. If I get over 12, I'm very, very happy with myself. It's not often that I do, but when I do, it's good. Excellente. Here we go. We be choring every day. One more. I just need one more to make 10. I just want to make 10 so I can make 100% of my environment, and then get some milk and some eggs. I like to, every time I come in, do milk and eggs at least once, if not twice, because they're materials that like everybody at camp uses. I've explained this. I know, I'll explain it again. It's just like getting it done so that way the information, the materials are accessible to well, they're not. The guy who runs the ranch, he has to come take them out, but once they're out, then everyone can use them for like food crafting, base materials to sell if they really need to, because part of crafting gets your crafting scores up, so then you can make different things. Personally, I do need to be crafting more. I just, oh my god, it's going too fast. I just and I do craft. I do quite a bit of food because we run the general store. I just haven't lately been doing it. I usually just come in the chillin' vibe. Little do I know. Usually something goes off. Like earlier we were fishing, and that was actually fun. I made a decent amount of money fishing. You usually do. I'm getting my bank back up, because what happened was I went halvesies in on a lot of the, because we own, I'm co-owner of Gaptooth Mine and the general store in Armadillo. Sorry, I keep hiccuping, and like I'm trying not to hiccup too much, but I helped, or I put like I think 17,000 towards that, which in this day and age and how much the jobs pay is actually a decent amount. It used to be mining got you a lot of money, but they nerfed that, and I mean I get why, but at the same time I'm like, but why? Why? Because you don't make near as much as you used to. But I think if you craft the ores into stuff like bars and nuggets and stuff like that, it's actually worth more. I need to move some stuff. I've got a pile of like pens and pencils and stuff like that right here next to my mouse. It's making it impossible to use my mouse properly. Oh. And then there's something underneath my mouse pad that's, there we go. Ah, much better. My hand is in proper placement. Let me see. Okay. I like to keep up with global just to see what's going on. Because sometimes if there's a dead zone or people start falling through the map, then they'll warn everybody in global not to go to certain areas. And I like to avoid those areas because I don't know how to get out of the holes in the game when I find them. I know right now, like overall, globally, like every server, it was having issues with Saint Denis. If you go to certain areas, you get stuck in the map and you wouldn't be able to get out. You'd have to either hop in and have a admin pull you, or figure out a way somehow to skip. I don't know. That's the way it was explained to me. But I just felt like it was easier to stay away from the area. Overall, easier to stay away from the area. Just don't go to the devil spots. That made more sense to me. Okay, finally, I got to 10. Go a little bit over. You get, like, very little bonus, if anything. Actually, you don't get anything. Ha. It used to be if you went over by a couple, you got those extra couples as bonuses. But then it stopped. Alright, 10% more to go. So one more tour. One more water bucket. And then I can milk the cows. I can collect the eggs. And then I'm probably going to wander around a little bit. I was trying to empty all my banks out and put all my money like in one area. Unfortunately, the banks have locks on them now, and I could not access the bank I wanted to get my money from. So I will, it's a Valentine bank, so I'm going to wander over there at some point this stream, and I just want to take my money out. I like keeping a little bit, like a couple hundred here and there, but I know I have a lot more than that in there, and I would rather have it in the bank where I have most of my money so I can access it when I need it. Jump, jump, jump. Alright, we vibing with the animals. Hell yeah. Hi, Lewis. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, not ranch chores. I need cow pen. I usually vibe with the animals, not gonna lie. Usually when I'm on, it's earlier in the day and there's not that many people on. So I just do like the chores and like the farming and stuff like that, if any needs to be done. And yeah, I just go from there. And if anyone gets on, then we go fishing or something. But that's not usually until later in the afternoon. And it's usually right before I have to go to bed, which is unfortunate. Because, yeah, again, But, you know, with me going part-time, though, I am a little bit more available to do stuff. I just, you know. All right for the most part. I'm glad to hear that. I'll take an all right over a bad any day. But that also means it's like at some point in the day you didn't have a good day, which I apologize for. I'm sorry about. Or, you know, maybe not a bad day, but not the best of days, you know? Chickadees, they go so fast. Go, go, eggies, go, 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 go. Clicking on baskets of eggs. Go, 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 go. And then whenever the general chat pops up, it distracts me and I want to look at it, but it's like, no, must focus on eggs. 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 Now, have you know, I'm clicking on a lot of these. It's just you have to spam click for it to collect. Okay, 15 is not terrible bad. I could take a 15. Alright, so now everything's on cooldown for quite a bit, actually. Let me see. Okay. There's just doctor stuff. I thought about being a doctor in here. I don't want to be a road doctor though. But I'm starting to notice that there's a huge need for road doctors here. Because a lot of the admins and staff are the doctors. Which is fine. I'm not saying anything against that. It's just if they get busy or they're doing something admin-y or staffy, then they're not able to make the calls. And people just get frustrated. But, I mean, they could always respawn. That's not an issue. But when they respawn, they lose money. And some people, especially new players, you know, obviously that's not fun for them to lose the little bit of money that they start with. Because I think every time you respawn, it's like 10%. And then, of course, if you know, like I did earlier, like you end up dying in the water, then you get screwed. You lose money. So, because there's no way you can get your money back out of the water. I've tried so many times. It never works. Like, you think you get close enough, and there's a nice white horse out there. Let me see what kind. I think it's, obviously, it's a Kentucky Saddler or something like that. Yeah. It's all white. Sorry. I'm a little congested. Been around sick people, so I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit sick myself. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know, adulting. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can, I don't know if this actually works or not. I think aesthetically it works, but I don't know if it actually improves the gun itself. It does not appear to do so. Yeah, it doesn't improve anything. It just makes it look prettier. And that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. What you need is like snake oil or whatever. Because yeah, if you oil your gun, it improves it in the base game. But without snake oil, which I don't think anybody makes and it doesn't work, you can't really do it. Alright, let's check at Tumbleweed. See if the blitzes are around. Again, Krieger Blitz, he's a character. He's very energetic. I appreciate his energy. At times he can be exhausting, but overall, very nice guy. Always been very nice to me anyway. That's the thing, like a lot of people in this particular type of roleplay, they encourage you not to trust people, which is true. You can't really trust anyone. But you know, you gotta trust a little bit. You have to interact a little bit, or else what's the point, you know? I mean, I could stay up there at the fork all day long doing chores. I just, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about posting my link and stuff like that to advertise, like, in the server. But I don't want people to power game and find me and stuff like that, because they do that. At times, I know that they don't mean to ever do that, but it does happen, so. Let's see. Wait, what? Third husband? Oh my goodness. Sometimes the gossip from the locals is the best. Oh, she stopped. I wanted to hear about this third husband, honestly. And then I was hoping, you know, let's hear about the first and second husband. Anyway, I wanted to see. Sorry, my guy. Open at stables. Alright, so we're gonna go to the stables for sure. I want to see if they're buying nitrate. But they might be buying it through the gunsmith. I'm not 110% sure. Okay, why aren't you... Like, you're recognizing my controller for the actions, but you're not recognizing it for the... Oh, no. Okay. My horse is glitched. Let me send him away. Oh! Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. He's a dumb horse. He's a dumb horse. He doesn't know any better. Oh, no. Oh, no, you're hurt. I'm so sorry. And he takes another one out. Alright, let's see if they... Oh no, why isn't... Okay, it's working. I guess I just really have to hold it. I might have to relog. I don't know why the buttons are not working. Oh, I don't have any nitrate to sell. Okay, well. I don't have any nitrate on me to sell, like I said. I have to go get my wagon anyway. Let's head over to the stable before I call my wagon. It's kind of big and it kind of gets in the way, and I don't want to make a kerfluffle, you know? You know? You know? Alright, let's see if... You lost a metal worker. It's got to be somewhere around here. I just have to find the store. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let me see if they sell it. have to go get my wagon. Call it. We could call it right here. It's not gonna hurt anything here. And my massive wagon. It's a wagon. Alright, let's see. Inventory. Let's just take one and see. Because it'll tell me a price. Honestly, I have no need for the nitrate. I don't use the fertilizers. Again, I still haven't figured out if the fertilizers are worth going into. I know it cuts down on like the grow time, but I personally don't mind the grow time so much. No, I'm not looking at craft. I'm looking. There we go. Menu. So yeah, they got 100 nitrate in there. Let's see if they buy it though. Shop does not buy this. Well, that sucks. Nickel bar, high quality steel, iron bar, copper ingot. There's nothing I need to write this second, but interesting. I hate just dumping nitrate. I don't want to do it, honestly. I feel like it's a waste. I took the time to actually mine it and everything. And yeah, I could use it for fertilizer. And I honestly probably could sell the fertilizer. I just, don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Alright, let's, dismiss the wagon. I know like gunsmiths and stuff like that like to buy the nitrate. Let's get my horse. Let's get my horse. Let's see, maybe I might head to Armadillo again and see if there's the gunsmith out there buys nitrate. I doubt it. Oh, let's see if the one in here buys it actually. I doubt it honestly, but thank you, sir. It never hurts to ask. It never hurts to check. Because once I find it, you know, I find it. Shop doesn't buy this. Now I know that someone told me that they use the nitrate in the gunpowder and stuff like that, but it could be sulfur I'm thinking of. I have sulfur too, actually. But I'd want to actually talk to a gunsmith about that and work out a price. I really only kind of know one gunsmith. I know Madison Thompson in Armadillo. She does the customization, but Sleever is actually the gunsmith for that particular shop. Getting a hold of him because he's a very busy guy. He's a streamer too, and he's actually a really popular one. Getting a hold of him when he's not in Congress and stuff like that is really hard. He's almost always busy. And I don't like to be a pest, you know. Again, I am of the chillin' vibe mindset. But since I'm traveling at night, I should have my gun out because the wolves are horrendous. See, that's what I mean. Like the locals, they pop in and pop out. And sometimes I run into them. I'm not gonna lie, I've run into a couple. I don't know. Had to put on some chapstick. I don't know what it is. It's not that it's been dry lately, but my lips have been definitely dry. I'm trying to keep an eye on the weather too, because they said it was supposed to rain tonight, but I'll say it's no rain, you know? No rain. No, not YouTube. I didn't mean to pull up YouTube. I meant to pull up AccuWeather. I did have an alert on my phone from AccuWeather when I went to sleep. Snowfall expected Thursday evening. I don't think there's going to be any accumulation, though. It's still too warm. Lasting 9 hours. Oh, my goodness. Through 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Oh, little to no accumulation. But they're saying it could be up to an inch. We'll see. Last time they said we were going to get like 15 inches. We got 3. And everyone was freaking out and calling into work before the snow even started. And I was like, y'all called in for less than an inch of snow. That's a little silly. We live in Michigan, you know? You know? We know how to drive in the snow. We do good. Or we try to do good. And there's supposed to be snow Sunday evening as well, so. And I work Sunday evening, of course. But I don't work tomorrow night, so. Es bueno tú. This way. There's a fair amount of people on, but with the map being as big as it is, like a lot of you wouldn't think that Red Dead is a big game. The map itself. GTA is smaller. But GTA's got more like places where you can go and kind of hide. And here they do too. Like there's a lot of cities. There's Blackwater, Valentine, Strawberry, Armadillo, Tumbleweed, Rhodes, Saint Denis. Saint Denis is huge. You could easily hide in Saint Denis. Like nobody would ever really find you if you didn't want to be found. Annisburg. We have Mexico and the Philippines open here. So there's lots of places for people to go. And then of course there's the sea too. If you go deep sea fishing and stuff like that. Yeah, you totally don't even have to be around people if you don't want to be. But then of course when you go looking for people you never find them. It's when you're not looking for people is when you usually find them. Once again, Armadillo's a little bit dead. There's nobody out here. There's a guy named Clay who owns the saloon. I don't know when the last time he was in was, but... Alright, let's go see if the Bacon Valentine is open so I can take my money out of there. I was told to wait until people were on and like do it as a thing, but God only knows when that'll happen, you know. So I may as well just do it myself. And I do know people talk about like, oh, realistic RP, you wouldn't be out at night, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but day and night happens so fast around here, you kind of have to be out at night if you want to get stuff done. It's like, I don't mind chilling and vibing in like a hotel or motel room or the saloon and stuff like that. I don't mind that at all. I actually quite enjoy it when I find somebody who'll do that stuff with me. But when I'm by myself. I was like, I'd rather just get the task done and see what the adventure takes me to, you know? So streaming earlier and my stream went yellow. They still haven't said why. It just says not suitable for all advertisers, which could mean just like the language and stuff that was used. That's usually what it means. So I'm trying to, because sometimes they'll give you a timestamp and then you could just cut it out and then remonetize. But it's a 4-hour long stream, and if it's language, then I'm sure there's multiple spots where they got it. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna worry too much on that. It's not worth that to me. Uploading, not re-uploading, but the editing. Because when you edit it, then it has to like what's it called? What's it called? I can't think of the word. Oh, there's the wolves. Run, Denise, run. We're not gonna fight the wolves today. There's no point. Anyway, it just, you have to re-up the video, like resync it or whatever, and it's just not worth it to me for what, a few cents at this point. So yeah, just leave it alone. And it's already, because when you get anything like that, it automatically privates the well, I have it set up to where it automatically puts the video on private or unlisted so I can take a look at it. Because what if somebody says something really bad and I don't realize that they said it? Like maybe I'm in the bathroom or something, and if I'm streaming with people or they come running through my stream while I'm AFK, you know, it just kind of protects me. Because, you know, you only get so many strikes on YouTube before they take your stuff down. And for the most part, YouTube's cool. Like, they give you the copyright claims. They'll email you that, but I am not a fan of copyright claiming, honestly, because they are basically taking your money. You make none, and whatever you make, they get. And it doesn't even have to be the company that owns the intellectual property. It could basically be anybody. Like, it's a very flawed system, but at the same time, I understand why it is the way it is. Which is why I try not to fuss too much on it. I just try to avoid the issues when I can and where I can. Poor lips are so chapped again. Ugh. Go up, go up, go up. Here we go. I think we're gonna cut by Strawberry. There is no bank in Strawberry, but there is a gunsmith, and if he is around, I'll ask real quick if he's interested in some nitrate, or what his prices would be. 755 nitrate is like, well, it's easy enough for them to go mine, so I doubt that they would want to pay too much money for it. At this point, though, it's just like, I'm just trying to get rid of it. Oh, it's a little black bear. Look at him run away. Calm down, calm down. It's just a black bear. He's more scared of you than you are of him. Now, the grizzlies, they'll come at you, but the black bears, nah. Nah. Stop scaring my horse. You're gonna get me into an accident. And there's the wolves. It's like bears. Why are you doing this? Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Don't, no, don't. And I'm gonna die now because my horse bucked me. God damn. Ugh. See, that's what I don't understand is like in the base game again, you can control your animal a lot better. You have no control. I'm fully bonded with this horse and it should not be bucking me the way that it does whenever something comes up. No, grizzlies do not give a damn about anything. They surely don't. And yes, I am going to sit there and leave the wolves because I have no need of them. They're not worth the money to even take to the butcher anymore. And there's a grizzly. God damn. God damn it. My horse. I fucking... Oh, good lord. Yeah. They need to figure out the horse mechanics better. I don't know what it is or what's messed up, but again, base game wise, I never get bucked off my horses. The grizzlies are worth it because they're $104. Then when you turn them in, they're like another $104. So I will take that one actually. Yeah, grizzlies don't give a fuck, man. No, they don't. Not at all. They're grizzlies, you know? See, and that was like a mean grizzly. That was a big one. If you only one-shot them right in the head and they die immediately, I think their pelts are worth like 200. But if you have to do like I just did and two-shot them, then they're only worth 104. But 104 is 104. I will take it. Yeah, grizzlies are tough. I don't mess with them. But yeah, I don't know what it is about. There's a cougar up here too. Oh my god. I don't know what it is about RedM in particular, but the horses are more skittish and they buck you all the time. I don't know if that's something that is adjustable or fixable. I just know that in the base game, like if you're bonded with your horse and you come across something like a wolves or a bear or something like that, there's a chance you'll get bugged, but it's nowhere near as high as the chance in RedM, which is crazy, you know. It's crazy. Now I get realistically like a horse would be afraid, but they would run away. Like that my horse like ran around, it circled around back to the wolves, and it's like no horse would actually do that. They would just find a trajectory and go on it. They just run. So that's what's crazy to me. I think not Valentine, it was strawberries that way, but it is. I'm gonna go to strawberry just to drop off this pelt and sell it. And then I'll continue on to Valentine to get my money. Money, 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 money. Because I do, in fact, need that. Well, I don't need it. I don't like that. Okay. Stop and think about that. So you come into a game, right? And you are given $5,000. You put the $5,000 in the first bank you spawn into because it's the only place that you could spawn into that has a bank and you don't want it to get robbed off of you. Fair enough. Well, someone buys the bank and then they lock it and they keep it locked. So you have no access to the money that you're supposed to have access to. I get protecting assets and stuff like that, but if it's a universal asset or you're not going to be on, leave it unlocked so people can access their stuff if you're not going to be around. Like, lock it if you're going to be around. That makes a lot of sense. I'm actually down for that. But if you're not around, if you're not on, because I know who owns the bank in Valentine. If you're not on, like, please just, leave it unlocked. Like, we own the mine, and I want a lock put on it because a lot of people go up there and they waste, like, the copper and stuff like that. They literally just drop it on the ground. And I'm not a fan of that. You know what I mean? The nitrate and the copper. It's just wasting resources. And there are finite resources for mining. It can run out. So, I got big game meat. So, if they, just drop it like that, it's kind of a waste, Can I pick it up? Of course I can. Of course I can. But I'm not the one mining at the time. Oof. Now that wagon wasn't there a second ago. Poof, it disappeared too. I wonder if that's a player wagon. There's no trail, so I have no idea. It's a player horse, I think. That is not a player, that is an NPC. Yeah, if the horse isn't tethered, then it's a player horse. I don't know if it's just me or if it's because I'm used to seeing this place at night, but it looks like the water level's up higher. I think it's just me. It's probably always been that high. I just haven't paid attention. Alright, so I have to go to Valentine. So let's go ahead and mark that on the map so I don't get lost, because I will get lost. Binkity bink. And let's go. We walk through the towns. We run through the wild. I just woke up and I'm dead thirsty. And I am hungry. I just... too lazy to go get the foods, if that makes any sense. On purpose, too lazy to go get food. Okie dokie, let's go. Yeah, see, have a lot of appearing and disappearing, and you know, I don't know if it's on my end or if it's on, like, there's an invisible, let's see, yeah, there's a stranger on that horse, but you can't see it. Yeah, I wonder if it's on my end or if it's on RedM's end. I really don't know. Sometimes you get invisible riders. Sometimes the riders just pop up out of nowhere like a daisy, like, boop. What's up? I think the worst ones are the ones on the wagons. Because, like, you know, a rider you might be able to avoid, but a singular rider, but a wagon... whew. Broadside that wagon, you're done for. Done for. I don't know what this is. Is this oh, it's a logging site. Oh. Interesting. Keep on moving. Under the bridge, like a troll. Just going down. So now all I can think about is getting wordscapes. I'll look at someone. An NPC is crossing with their wagon. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have that much in Valentine's. Part of why I just want to pull it out of there is, like, you know, it's sitting in there. There's no interest being accrued or anything like that. So I may as well put it someplace where if I potentially need it, I can get to it. You know. I have been considering buying a boat so I could do some fishing. You have to get like a commercial boat. That's like $10,000, and I have it. I absolutely have it, and you'd be able to earn the money back really fast because you get, for every fishing run, it seems like you get about $2,000. We'll just lowball it $2,000. So after 5 trips, you'd have your money back, basically. That's not the only thing I do to earn money. I do mining and stuff like that. Like I said, the mining's not as profitable as it used to be, but that's okay. I mean, I get it. They had to nerf it somewhere. People are making a lot of money really fast. But I mean, they were coming in, like, after the server wipe, everyone got 10 grand if they came back, or when they first joined for, like, I want to say, like, a week or something. So I ended up with 10 grand right off the bat, but I also ended up spending it right away. I went and got my horse. Now, of course, I bought my clothes and stuff like that. I bought a wagon, like the old wagons. So I have 2 wagons. They both work, too. That's the good part. See, there's a man with no horse. Very awkward. Kind of weird, not gonna lie. See if the bank is unlocked. Oh, yes it is. Excellent. Alright, let's see how much I even have in here. I don't think it's very much. Yeah. I'll just take 1,500 out. And I'll leave the rest in there for emergencies. Okay. That's really all I wanted to do here. Yeah, so people are constantly warning me about people getting robbed and stuff like that, and I know it happens. It's happened to like almost every single one of my friends so far. Personally, I just try to stay out of the way and not cause an issue, be mean to people, and you know, for the most part, I get left alone. But you know, even my friends leave people alone. It's just, you know, I get why there needs to be robbing mechanics in like a game like this, honestly. Oh wait, I want to go to Armadillo. I get why it needs to be there. I just don't think that it's utilized fairly. Not necessarily through the game, but through the players. Know what I mean? Because you have to roleplay it, but if you're going to rob somebody, it shouldn't be like a 2-minute interaction and then you can rob them. It should be a little bit more than that. Like, if you don't know if they have anything worth taking or not. Especially if there's like I know some people have like fancy guns and stuff like that, so I could see that as being like a visual cue to, oh, this person's got money, I should rob them, sort of thing. But if it's just a regular person like on a horse just riding around, you don't know if they have anything worth robbing or not. Granted, I guess the only way you would find out is to rob them, but at the same time, it's like, that's, you know, new players get harassed by stuff like that. That was kind of like, I'll say this, in Not Pixel, I never got robbed. I feel like, as you know, and that's GTA, obviously. I feel like they disabled it at some point, like you couldn't rob people. But I remember when I first joined, that's the first thing everybody said was never carry anything because you'll get robbed. So I never did. I carried like $20 on me. It's like, well, you're gonna rob my $20. I guess you're gonna rob me $20. But no, getting robbed was never the issue in Not Pixel. It was other stuff. It was just people being kind of creepy. But I mean, I can ignore creepy. You know, you just walk away, sort of thing. And if they follow you, then you shoot them, sort of. You know, that's how we solve problems, right? But here, it's like they'll pull up on you and just take everything. I mean, they're supposed to leave you with a gun and enough money to get food and water. Like, they could take other stuff from me if they wanted to. Like my belongings. Now, the good role players, and I've seen them do that, they will leave most everything. They're not out to just take... Oh, man. Okay, they're not out to take your ore or your clay or your nitrate or anything like that. But what they will take is like your gold and stuff like that. It makes sense though, if you stop and think about it. But again, like, to know that, oh, I should rob this person, like, unless you've been sitting there trying to rob every single person that's gone by that day, to just randomly go up and rob somebody just seems a little bit silly to me. But, you know, and I can have the opinion all I want, but what's the solution? Well, there really isn't any one solution. It's just, you know, encouraging people not to be butt heads to each other. It's like, if someone's not bothering you, see, and here's the thing that's amazing, is that I've not run into a single person yet. They're probably all in Blackwater. But, if they're not bothering you, why would you bother them? Like, you have to have a reason. Like, I was pulling through Armadillo the other day. Some guy stopped me out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, what's this guy want? Like, I always stop because what if they need help or something? Or if they're a new player and they need some guidance. I'm always happy to help. He was just asking me a bunch of weird questions. And a couple guys came up with him with guns. And I'm just like, oh, okay, it's time to go. So I just leave. I peace out because I'm not about that. If I see a gun out and it's not my gun or I don't know the person, I don't mess with it. Little did I know one of the people I did know, because he asked me about it later. And I completely forgot. Like, I don't know why I forgot. But I think it's because I didn't recognize him. Like, normally he's a very striking individual, and I recognize him right away. But I didn't recognize him in that moment. So I'm a little confused on that, too. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I later found out that that guy was, like, trying to rob people and stuff like that. It's like, well, why would you just join a server and immediately start robbing people? Why wouldn't you join the server, get to know the server, and then, you know, if you want to be the villain character, if you want to be the robber, go ahead and start doing that. I feel like it's weird to just jump in and start robbing people. But I know that again, is how some people really like to play the game. Just personally, like, I don't rob people. Like, okay, if they're harassing me or bothering me and it's, like, ridiculous and I've told them to stop multiple times and they just keep at, yeah, I probably would rob them then. I'd probably take them out and rob them. But I wouldn't take everything. I would just take something, just enough to kind of make my point, you know? I think that that's the fair thing to do. I really do. But just to rob because you can, I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's necessarily good RP. Everyone's like, oh, well, I've got the evil character, I've got the bully character, or whatever. It's like, okay, but even bully evil characters have something that pushes them to be like that. They don't just go out and do things, you know. They just, there's usually a trigger or something that encourages them to do it. That's kind of what I mean by, like, good RP. Because who's I watching? I was watching Pez Speedwagon the other day. Adam. I was watching him stream, and I want to say, like, a couple months ago I was watching him stream, and he was talking about how he had never been robbed before. And then he was getting robbed, like, for the first time. And it was a really good RP, honestly. I mean, he's a good RPer. And he tends to pull people into it. So, even though it just kind of started off with, oh man, I'm going to rob you right now, put your hands up sort of thing, he turned it into really good RP. Oh, there's the wolves I killed. I hear another bear. Sound like a grizzly too. But again, like, I haven't been robbed so far. I'm not saying I never will be, because I'm sure at some point I will be. I know for a second there the family was being targeted, and it's funny to me. It's like they all think, I mean, I can't say for everyone what everybody does. I just know me in particular, I don't do illegal things. Like, I've always been that person who wants to roleplay the citizen character, who wants to roleplay the person who doesn't do crime and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's even harder. Because stop and think about it. Like, GTA is completely crime-based. You're encouraged to do crime. Every character you've ever played does crime in the base games. So, like, when you make your own character and you're playing, you know, GTA Online, it's the same way. It's like you're encouraged to rob and steal and shoot other people. Well, GTA RP is... I mean, they don't encourage those things, but it's what a lot of people default to because that's what they're familiar with when it comes to the game. They're not down for having like civilian characters. But me, I feel like that's the bigger obstacle, because there, let's be real, I mean, there's well, not recently, but historically there's been a lot less for civilian characters to do. GTA has been crime based. It's like robbing banks, it's heists, it's all this stuff, and they bring in all this exciting stuff for criminals. Now, when they came out with the VR stuff, it kind of gives the civilians a chance to participate without it being illegally involved in stuff like that. Like, you could do the person shooting, you can do the virtual heists and puzzles and stuff like that. All of that you can do, but it's legal. Ghost horse? Ghost horse, so you can see because the reins are up. So yeah, I mean, so they found a way to make it work for the civilians, but overall, like, I never intended to join a gang, and then somehow I ended up in the Lost MC. It just happens. Because even if you don't join officially, you're joined by association. So even, you know, I wasn't necessarily a member, but I was always around the members of the Lost, so I kind of had association with them, so everyone just kind of assumed I was with them. And, you know, whatever, they were friends. I absolutely was, you know, but I wasn't an actual member. I wasn't even a hang-around. I eventually got hang-around status. Because of a niece. And then I got prospected because of a niece. Cause, I mean, they asked me, don't get me wrong, like the hang-around thing, no, they didn't ask me about that. I was just given permission to hang around them, because I don't squeal. I don't tell people stuff about anything. If it doesn't involve me, I just keep my mouth shut. So I got hang around status pretty quick. I mean, I worked at the hen house, and the hen house was like the go-to place, you know. And then I got prospected, and I told them I don't know that I was pretty clear. I don't know that I would be a good fit because I don't do crime, and a lot of them did crime. They did banks and stuff like that. But they wanted to start like a business portion of it, like just people to focus on the businesses who had no criminal record. So, because I mean, stop and think about it. That's what a lot of MCs are. Is they are an industry. They are a family company or something like that, a motorcycle club, and they primarily work on mechanics and things like that or whatever. But they're a business. They don't, like, there may be one or two members out there who actively do crimes and stuff like that and make it known, but they're not in and of themselves a criminal organization. They may become one later on, but usually they just start off as a club that works on motorcycles or cars. So I was down for that. I was like, oh yeah, okay, well, you know, I already work for a Lost Enterprises business, which was the hen house, so I was okay with it. And then by that point, I was like manager of the hen house, so it was good stuff. So it made sense. And then after that, I didn't prospect for very long. What ended up happening is like a bunch of turf wars started happening. It's one of the scripts that was implemented. So like you have to sell drugs and maintain turf and stuff like that. Well, people started trying to take everyone's turf, and then while I wasn't selling, I was happy to go with people to keep them company and keep them safe, you know, safety in numbers sort of thing. Let's deposit 1,500. And that's kind of where I landed. I didn't want to be involved in the crime, but I also didn't want people to get hurt. So I would just go along with everyone to keep them safe. We can go do the cows again, actually, and the chickens. And that's kind of how I got my start. Is I basically, because I had a wrench, right? I was a mechanic, you know, a niece owned a mechanic shop, and I was actually learning how to do the mechanics, to do the upgrades, do the customization on the cars and stuff. So for me, excuse me. So for me to have a wrench on me wasn't unheard of, because, you know, I always made the joke, it's like those guys at Benny's always tighten the lug nuts too much. So I have to keep this big wrench so I have leverage in order to take the lug nuts off and fix everyone's tires. So I could always justify having the wrench on me. And the wrench was actually a pretty severe weapon. You could one-shot a person with a wrench if they had just a little bit of health con. A bodyguard Piper. I know, right? I don't know. I was a terrible bodyguard, to be honest. But I always worked really well with, or try to work really well with everyone. I don't try to bring attention to myself. I just kind of try to stick to the background, so, you know, people just don't pay attention to me necessarily. Because then when I do have to do something or say something, my hope is that they'll listen a little bit better. But it's usually not how it goes, is you just around too many strong personalities, everybody thinks that they know better, and then it becomes a whole thing. And I just sit back and I'm like, okay, it's a learnable moment for them, and okay. I'm fine with that. I'm actually very fine with that. Anyway, but yeah, so bodyguard wise, I was pretty okay. I was pretty good at it. I didn't shoot people. That was the thing that was in, now shitlords and modders aside, because I would shoot shitlords and modders, and that's mostly because they were breaking rules, and the only way to get away from them was to do that sort of thing. But otherwise, like in actual RP, I never shot anybody. I didn't even carry a gun until, God, I was over there. I don't remember how long. I don't remember. I think I got banned in like June. No. Yeah. Well, I got banned somewhere there, and then I only just started carrying a gun for a couple months, like 3 months maybe 3 months. But a lot of why I didn't carry a gun was I was also a terrible shot. So it didn't make sense to carry a gun. I just preferred to carry the wrench because I could pull it out and like clock people over the head with it, you know? There's no question. So, like, I never really carried guns or anything like that, but I always had something on me to keep myself safe. And then, here I have to keep a gun on me because of the animals, but I haven't only ever had to shoot bandits. Actual player-wise, I haven't. I mean, I've accidentally shot, like, members of my crew because they're standing a little bit too close and I hit the wrong button or something. It happens. But I've never really gone out of my way to shoot anybody on purpose unless it's like a bandit or an NPC. Or I'm screwing around with friends who consent. I'm still super tired. I only intended to sleep for like a couple hours, and then I ended up, like, my alarm was going off. I never heard it, and it was on full blast right by my head too. I was just too tired, honestly. Bodyguard Piper. Nah. Piper's too squishy, honestly, to be a bodyguard. Like, she's protective, don't get me wrong, but bodyguard, meh. Not so much. Not so much. That's just my legs. Alright, that's better. Trying to think of what else. Like, so never carried really a gun or anything to speak of. And again, here I carry it because of the animals. I mean, you guys saw it. I got attacked by wolves, then I got attacked by a grizzly, and then there's cougars that like to come and pop up and attack too. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's see. I'm sure I have to do some ranch chores. So yeah, 73%. How 73%? Okay, I have to go shovel around the cow here. I'm sorry, Bessie. I need to shovel your poop. You're like actively pooping. No! Stop, Bessie. How are you pooping so fast? Are you wondering, having gastrointestinal distress? Well, I am like literally clicking all over these things and it's not registering it. I think the cow's messing it up actually. Yeah, like literally clicking on all of these and it's not registering it at all. Wow, that's super lame. Maybe we'll try another task real quick, see if that works. I know I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. What is going on? Oh my god, it's running so slow. My controls aren't working. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, my mouse is not registering. I'm gonna have to relog. Ugh. Alright. I have to relog. I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. It's just gonna be more chores, honestly. I just like to do like the little streams to show people what the game is like and everything like that. And over time, once like I get some storyline going and stuff like that, I'd like to do longer streams. But for now, it's just these little ones. So they're just like little introductions to this is my life in RedM as I come in and I milk cows and I collect chicken eggs. And yeah, my keyboard's not even working now. Wow. This is great. It happens though, every now and then. It's just RedM is still very incomplete sort of thing. Normally I don't have issues, but on busier, heavier days I do tend to have issues, and I did play quite a bit earlier. But alright, so I need to reset my controls and everything, so I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to say thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the stream here, just because, again, it's just a little glimpse. It's just an hour-long thing, just to kind of touch base and show you guys what I've been up to. Because, you know, even with my drawing streams, I, you know, try to keep it an hour. But if I'm, like, really vibing and chilling and having fun, then we do more. But there's also, right now, just my crew, like I said, they just completed a 24-hour stream thing, so they're all pretty much sleeping, and that's fair. They should sleep. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.